Hi, good morning, welcome. My name is FeleciaMarie and this is True Moon Tarot. Today we are going to be doing zodiac sign readings. So we are starting out with Libra this morning. I will go ahead and get to my prayer and then we will go ahead and start pulling some cards for you guys, okay? If you would like to pray with me, feel free. If not, you can fast forward, that's fine. But yeah. Okay, so Libra, there is some underlying tensions of yours that you haven't necessarily addressed yet, underlying stressors, so to speak. It's something that's preventing you from being your most authentic self, if that makes sense. It's not something that somebody else has pressured on you or something that somebody else is forcing you. It's more of like it's the mindset that you have set for yourself, if that makes sense. The problem is there's certain things that you have yet to let go of. There's things that you're maybe past regrets, doubts, fears. There's still things that you're holding on to that is causing your frequency to remain lower. That's causing you to forget all of the amazing things that you've accomplished in your life, all of the amazing things that you have managed to get done in your life, right? You still need to do some work. It appears to me as if you'd started doing some work, like focusing on the parts of you that no longer serve you. So you're trying to either reintegrate them into your life or get rid of them altogether, right? And it's almost as if you had started that, but you kind of, for whatever reason, you got sidetracked and you stopped. Now, why would we stop working on our most authentic self? Well, the reason we would is because, one, we think we're already there. We instinctively and we knowingly feel as if we're already reached that balance. We've already reached that tug and pull, so to speak, of life. Like it's something that we have mastered, right? You think of yourself as somebody who's completed the task. When in reality, because of the life that we lead and the world that we live in, we're still learning things up until the day that we die, you know? Like you're constantly learning, constantly not evolving, but evolving the way that you think, right? Why is my hair stuck to everything? I feel like I wrote something down the other day about this stuff. Why did I write that down? I feel like for some of you Libras, your actions don't necessarily follow up with your words, right? You either tend to act out a lot, whereas your emotions keep you, maybe you keep them a little repressed, you keep them close to you. Or for some of you, your actions are or your expressions, your emotions are very, very manic, whereas your actions, you're more insociable. You don't like being in crowds, you have anxiety, right? But your emotions are so heightened and so full that it's very, very, very manic. It's very pure. It's very, at the center of it, right? The abundance that you have been hoping for, the enlightenment, so to speak, is coming in the form of emotional maturity, emotional intelligence. It's going to determine whether or not you what's happening is it's you're coming into a moment of, I don't want to say a test, but it's a test, so to speak, where you're going to be forced to choose between doing an action and feeling the emotions, right? Measuring what the action is based off of your emotions, right? Feeling the waters, so to speak. How do you handle a situation? I saw 707. We're going to wrap this up. With whatever it is that's coming, I feel like it's some conflict. I do feel like it's a familial conflict, like it's something that has occurred before, whether that be within your group of friends or your group in your family or a group of your family. It is a very, very close to your heart type of conflict. It's happened before. You may have, maybe not have necessarily been at the forefront of experiencing it, but you know about it, you've seen it, you've heard about it, you've sort of had the aftermath of said emotions and said actions, right? Now it's coming to the point where it's literally you're being thrust into that experience to see how you can handle it. To see how far you've come, right? Thank you, Spirit, for the messages today. What is the last message that we have for our lovely Libras? You are in charge of, not necessarily in charge of your own destiny, so to speak, but you are in charge of the way that you view things. Gosh. I don't even know where the freak that came from. Jeez. It's like I swallowed a piece of hair. You are going to be, you're the one who's holding back your deepest secrets. You're the one who's holding yourself back by not acknowledging the things about yourself that you view as flaws, or you might view as unordinary, or you might view as strange, right? By not acknowledging those things, you're forcibly ignoring a part of yourself. And when you do that, you don't have that balance. You don't have that ebb and flow, so to speak, with your body, right? Because you're not complete, you're not whole. What can we do? What can Libra do to maybe become more whole? Card again. Take care of yourself more, Libra. You've kind of been slacking on the self-care, it looks like. You've been taking on more responsibilities than you probably should, more than you can mentally, physically, and emotionally handle at the moment. You've been worried too much about how others perceive you rather than how you perceive yourself. And you've been putting unneeded stress on yourself because you're thinking it's helping you. You're thinking it's making you a stronger person. You're thinking it's making you better and more able to help your community, when in reality you not taking care of yourself mentally, emotionally, or physically, it's a hindrance on you. It's a hindrance on everybody that you encounter. It's a hindrance on your community when you don't take care of yourself, right? So last card we have is the Hermit card. So go spend some time by yourself, focus, meditate, figure out what it is that you're really going to do with your life. Figure out what it is that you figure one thing out about yourself that you don't necessarily like, and figure out how you can either transmute that into your new life, or how you can get rid of that quality, habit, instance altogether, right? At the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Swords. You're not alone, okay? Don't think that you're alone in this journey. There are others like you. I, for instance, am a Libra rising. And funny enough, when I was writing down the zodiac signs so I could figure out which ones I was going to do first, how I was going to all my stuff when I was, getting my notes and stuff ready, I had actually completely spaced. Like my mind just went blank and I could not think of the last zodiac sign, and that happens to be the Libra one. So, with that being said, this was something that not necessarily was just for you, it was for me as well. So I hope that this video resonated with you. I hope you take with it whatever information that you might have needed, what anything that might have stuck out to you. Okay, take care of yourself. Have that self-care and that self-respect enough for yourself to put yourself first. Because remember, at the end of the day, at the end of our lives, nobody ever sat on their deathbed and said, I wish I would have done this more. It's always, I wish I would have spent more time with my family. I wish I would have spent more time with my kid. I miss my mom. Stuff like that, okay? So don't worry about your job. Don't worry about the world. Worry about yourself. Take care of yourself. How are you taking care of yourself? Are you okay? Is your family okay? Because if you're okay, you can take care of your family. But if you're not okay, your family's going to pick up on it. Remember, being with people all the time, our energy gets entwined with theirs. So when something of ours is messed up, theirs gets messed up too, okay? Keep all that stuff in mind. Anyways, I love you, Libras. I hope you have a wonderful day. And remember, self-care is self-love.